Welcome back, Fun Fam. And if you're brand new to the channel, welcome in to Follow the Bradley's Fun. This is the Daily Dish with yours truly, Ron E. Bradley, coming at you from somewhere sunny USA, as Pro likes to say. Hope that everybody out there is having a phenomenal day. This is the Daily Dish. Speaking of the day, as of the recording of this, it is the 23rd. The 23rd day of the 5th month of the year. That would be May 2025. 50, what is it? 48 years since the original Star Wars came out. And I think it was around this weekend, 48 years ago. Wow. Ka-ching. What is it? Ka-ching. I'm tired. Hey, Pam. Hey, Ron and chat. Pam is here. Pam Empson. Happy birthday. Well, a couple days ago, Pam had a birthday. Pam turned 21 years old. Or if it was me, I would probably say 33. 33 for me is the perfect age. People say 21, people say 29. I'm like, no, the perfect age, 33 years old. I think that is like our physical and mental peak is at 33. And it would be great if we could just like physically stay 33 years old, freeze time right there, but then get smarter and more wise over the years. 33 and a third, yeah. Oh my goodness gracious me. Good morning, everybody. It's this is one of those really, really tough mornings for me to be here because I had a late night last night, streaming till almost midnight with WDW PRO as we reviewed Lilo and Stitch. Ohana means family, and family means nobody gets left behind or forgotten. Yes, indeed. But anyway, thank you guys for being here. As you know, you give me the energy to wake up. You make me think that I want to be here for you. So thank you so much for all of you being here and giving me that energy that is like the energon to the Autobots and the Decepticons, the energy I need to transform and roll out of bed to be here with you.
A toast, Autobots. Boy, these are good. I needed to refuel. Energy. This stuff's the greatest.
Oh man, the best part of waking up. Let's say hi to everybody in the chat. That service dog is here. Woof woof. Good morning, beautiful people. Don't forget to hit that like button on the way in. Yes, and if you're watching this on the replay, comment down below, replay gang, and hit that like button. And if you're watching it now, hit that like button. Gotta remember, it helps. Get the stream out. We got to get the stream out. Fairbrick Studio is here. Good morning, Fairbrick. She says hi and gives an applause. And Jeremy Heath, one of our great mods, our great wrenches, is in the house. Jeremy Heath says, Jeremy, hello, everybody. This is me. Happy Friday. Go and Shogi, another great wrench. Mr. Go and Shogi. Chef Shogi. Check out his Instagram for all of the wonderful food that he shares that I can't eat because I can only see it in a photo on Instagram. Cool. Yes. Good morning. DL Fendel is here. DL Fendel is in the house. You need to cut some epic footage into the intro. Yes, I do. You're right. I've been thinking about a whole new intro. I've been busy with so many other things, and we're coming up on a year of doing the show, and I want to do a whole new introduction and revamping of the show at the year mark and all kinds of things. So yeah, that will definitely happen. I would definitely agree with that. And what I'll probably do is I will probably roll the intro into the countdown, because it seems I think that would work better. Oh, go and show. What do you know? Yes. Pam Empson from across the pond says, hello, Rod and chat. And then DL Fendel talks about when Star Wars opened. Gosh, I know where I was then, at the Chinese on Hollywood Boulevard watching it. Yes. He was 3 years old. Ladies and gentlemen, DL Fendel was 3 years old watching Star Wars. Let's see. Yes, we are. We're all downhill from 33 to the third. At least, man, I feel like it's harder to get up in the mornings. It's hard. You know, I used to be able to have a long day and survive on 4 hours of sleep, no issues whatsoever. Now, that's an issue. Andy W, good morning. Good morning. Come on, you were 3 back then. I was I need to be in the Winter Olympics. You're funny. You are funny. Oh man. So thank you guys for being here. Man, I tell you what, I'd love a nap right now. Let's do this. We have our spread shop. There are so many things that I need to get done. A new entry to the show, new merchandise on the spread shop. Yes, there it is. There's our spread shop. We do have a 20% off sale going on right now. 3 days left for 20% off. Make Disney Walt again, which is a fun hat to wear around because people will think it's something else. You can go, no. This is about bringing Disney back to the fold of where it needs to be. Then you have follow the Bradley's Fun, the Fedora Finds Fedora logo there. And then, of course, our family logo T-shirt. There we are. No Marvel infringements there at all whatsoever. Service Dog says, this morning will be fun. Accidentally took my nighttime pain meds instead of my morning meds. There you go. Going Shogi. You're usually so good about just, throwing up the link to the spread shop real quick. I think we're all tired this morning. Throw up the link to the spread shop on the chat. Will you go, please? Yeah, man, I'll tell you what. But anyway, it is 20% off on all of the merchandise. So this $32.49 shirt becomes about, what is that, $25? It's great. Thank you. Appreciate that. Boom, there it is. There it is. And if anybody buys anything from the spread shop during the show, we have a celebration for that. It's Friday. We want to celebrate a lot. So if we can celebrate, we have a goal of 5 super chats. Unfortunately, the goal only calculates super chats. I don't know why they haven't made it so it calculates super stickers, super thanks, or also calculates memberships to the channel. If somebody becomes a new member or somebody buys gifted memberships or any of that kind of thing. I wish the goal, I count that towards the goal anyway. So all good there for me. But anytime we get any support from you guys, we love to celebrate that. And what does that celebration look like? Well, let me see. It might look like... Oh boy, I have way too many assets on the channel now. Well, it might look like this.
Is it too much? Too much? It's the birthday!
Oh, this is just the best of us seeing. Okay, well, wait a second. So let me see here. Oh, thank you for the celebration emoji. We want you to celebrate with us, by the way. So if you don't have custom member emojis available to you to celebrate with, please celebrate with dance emojis or whatever other emojis you want to put in the chat. This is funny. You're fortunate to have a nice looking family. If I made a wholesome a shirt with mine on it, they pay me not to wear it. I'm sure that there's plenty of my family that you can always make yourself look better in a picture. I think I actually probably look better on the screen, certainly than I do in real life. There's some there's blushing there, whatever. So yeah, and oh my goodness gracious me. So let's see what else is going on. Stories. We have stories. I might actually have time for 3 stories today. We're going to pull them out of thatparkplace.com. There's a couple of them. There's definitely one I don't want to cover. Let's cover some Epic Universe stories, right? Well, all right. This one I probably won't do a whole separate video on it or anything. So, man, there's a lot of stories to do. I might have to cut some videos outside of the Daily Dish to cover everything that's been coming up lately, especially about parks. But this one I find a little bit interesting, so I'm just going to put it on the screen. Let me see if I can get this up. Is that Tom? Did I see Tom F coming into the chat? Tom F is here. I avoided cameras for years when reviewing things. I thought you were a behind the camera person, DL Fendel. More of a the Hollywood insider who is there and like I'm very curious to know if you're the kind of person that was in the background and people would have conversations around and they wouldn't even notice, and then you could get all the inside scoop that way. It's a fun type of a job to have. All right, let me put this on the screen. I'm so tired. I apologize for this morning, guys. I'm really tired. All right, so we've got a lot of stories about Epic Universe. Grand opening yesterday. Yeah, eavesdropper. Epic Universe grand opening fun disrupted by political protester plane overhead. And please chat along the way if you see something in this as we read along that you find interesting. May 22nd by Marvin Montanaro. There, of course, is the Epic Universe Chronos. A political protester attempted to disrupt the fun and festivities at the grand opening of Universal's Epic Universe this week. The opening of Epic Universe, Universal Orlando's long-awaited and most ambitious theme park project to date, was meant to be a celebration of imagination, innovation, and family fun, but for guests in attendance, the fun was momentarily eclipsed by an unexpected and deeply political display in the skies above. Now, it's my understanding, and I could be wrong, I think the no-fly zone from 9/11 is still in place over a portion of Walt Disney World. I think Magic Kingdom. I don't think they ever. So in 9/11, after 9/11, a no-fly zone was declared and was supposed to be temporary over, I believe, the Magic Kingdom and portions of Walt Disney World. Maybe it was all of Walt Disney World at the time, but I'm fairly sure that although it was meant to be temporary, it was just kind of left in place, and that there still exists a portion of the Walt Disney World property, which is huge, So it's not all the property. It's very small. I think it may just be the Magic Kingdom. There is a no-fly zone, but it's not tremendously large. I think it covers the Magic Kingdom, but I know it doesn't cover the other parks because all the time I see planes and helicopters flying over like Animal Kingdom, Hollywood Studios for sure, parts of Epcot. I definitely see a lot of helicopters. Helicopter tours go over there, but definitely not. There's definitely not a no-fly zone declared over Epic Universe. As a matter of fact, Epic Universe sits adjacent to International Drive, and that's one of the prime areas where helicopters take off from for the little helicopter tours in the area. So yeah, all the live streamers talked about it. I did not watch. I've just been really, really busy this week, and I did not watch hardly any of the opening day footage of Epic Universe. Mostly because I'm like, with the job that I have now on YouTube, I'm like, if I'm not there and I'm not able to cover it, and I need to be working, then I'm covering something else. So I know it's a big deal. It's huge, and it's part of what I do. But I was there on the first day of the pass holder previews, and that was my coverage of it. And I still have a lot of good footage. So yes, the no-fly zone's still in force over parts of WDW, but not over Universal. Yeah, being in the middle of a city does make it harder, and it's not in the middle of like downtown Orlando, but it's still it's in the prime district. Yeah, we're going to talk about. I've got another story about that, James, all day. Just tomorrow, believing that Epic Universe isn't competition is laughable, and that guy's going to be the next Disney CEO. Yeah, it's. I got a story about that. So and then it was empty opening day, rumored limited to 13,000 people, but Ministry had a 5-hour wait, and it kept breaking down until it worked later in the afternoon. Oh, that's good to know. Like I said, I wasn't following it a whole lot. Good to see all the new people coming in. Quick, I don't usually do this in the middle of a story, but I'm going to do it here. We're going to have a quick celebration for all the new people coming in. There you go. That's the way to celebrate, Jeremy. I appreciate that. Hope somebody in that company has a good head on their shoulders and says, "Iger, we need to get an outsider for CEO." Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. They're at unless somebody else buys the company. Let's see. Back to the story. Let me put that back on the screen. All right. So the political protester attempted to disrupt the fun festivities, the grand opening. The opening of Epic Universe, Universal's long-awaited and most ambitious theme park project to date, was meant to be a celebration of imagination, innovation, and family fun for guests and tenants, momentarily eclipsed by an unexpected political display. All right. As crowds enjoyed opening day festivities across the brand new park, a plane flew overhead trailing a large banner that displayed statements pertaining to the ongoing issues in the Middle East. A photo of the banner can be seen in the image below. And how much money do you have to pay for something like that? And then talk about the obviously not necessarily a statement that I have that I agree with when you have a certain entity that started the whole thing and they are responsible for it. So he who started it must end it. The banner referencing the ongoing conflict in the Middle East was visible to large sections of the park and left many visitors surprised and unsettled. The incident comes just a day after news broke that 2 Israeli embassy employees were ended in Washington, D.C., an act currently under investigation by federal authorities. With global tensions running high, the sudden appearance of the protest message at a family theme park left many wondering why such a venue was chosen as the platform for this kind of statement. The Epic Universe opening is not the first time theme parks have become unlikely locations for political protesting messaging related to the Middle East conflict. In 2024, a group of demonstrators at Disneyland attempted to unveil a large banner inside the park that can be seen in the image below, which, by the way, not allowed. You are not allowed. You can have political messages on a T-shirt or a hat, as long as they are what we would say family friendly, if you will. Like, if you wanted to have Harris Waltz 2024 on your hat, or Trump 2024 on your hat, you can wear that around. That's fine. But some clothing is restricted. Speech on clothing is restricted to keep it family friendly, basically, in the Disney parks. And banners and flags are absolutely outlawed. People try to do it with lots of different things, and no banners, no flags. While freedom of speech is a foundational right, the choice to bring these displays into a family-focused entertainment space raises concerns. And technically speaking, those are private property. So on private property, the entities controlling the private property have the right to limit that freedom a bit. Theme parks are designed to be escapes from the outside world, safe, uplifting spaces where parents and children can bond, laugh, and make cherished memories. For many families, trips to parks like Epic Universe represent years of saving and planning. Interruptions like this can not only impact the mood of the day, but also raise difficult questions for parents who suddenly find themselves needing to explain global politics to young kids who are simply there to see their favorite characters ride a new attraction. Unlike protest stage outside government buildings or political headquarters, places where such messages might be directly received by decision makers, these acts of airborne theater largely impact ordinary guests with no sway over international affairs. Yeah, I mean, it's like basically what Marvin is saying here is, you can do this, but it's totally pointless. Why would you bother? Especially, why would you bother to spend that much money on something like this? I think it's kind of ridiculous. And I know we've had some good comments in the chat. And then DL Fendel says, well, rather to be brutally frank, allowing the so-called, I'll just call them happy days, and promoting them forces unaware families to face some issues they didn't bargain for too. Yes. I just think that there should be more signage about more information out there about what happens during the first week of June, which is a week that I will typically avoid the parks, especially at Disney, especially at the Magic Kingdom. And also, and this is the big thing, you might not want to wear a plain red t-shirt during that time. Just saying, or or you might want to, whatever. It depends on your affinity. All the team members were awesome, especially welcoming the guests. Were you there, Everest? Were you there yesterday? I'm very curious who in the chat may actually have been there. I know Dan's Life with the Kingdom was streaming from there. I never got a ticket for the first day. I know that they were very limited and hard to get at the time. Actually, at the time they first released them, they only released them to annual pass holders. Very, very cool. I've heard. Just watching multiple live stream. Okay, and they gave out free water too. They always should give out free water. Yeah, this is a good idea. It should be in Disney's reservation system. I would suggest the same way that they warn you when a resort has their pool down, for example, or if you're staying at a Skyliner resort and the Skyliner is going to be down during the time that you're there. When you go to book those things, there is a warning on the screen, usually with some asterisks ahead of the warning that say, the pool is going to be closed during this time. the Skyliner's going to be down there. So just to let you know, they can easily have the same type of warning. So just to let you know, a lot of people from the LGBTQ plus community love to celebrate during this first week of June. That is something we want to make you aware of because we want to keep the environment friendly for everybody that wants to be there. So that, you know, they can word it however they want. But yeah, you went to church on Sunday at Disney World, and the rides were kept up to par when they were sponsors. Oh, okay, yeah. Those were the days. Yeah, I know what you're talking. I think they still hold church meetings at the Contemporary. I could be wrong. I know they used to. I know there's a whole area where they used to hold the church, but I'm not really sure about that. Yes. So let us look at that other story. I definitely wanted to cover that. We're going to talk about the opening of Epic Universe, and let's see what was stated about that. Okay. I am double checking for any supers or gifties or anything like that came through. I don't see any yet, so we're going to go on with the story. May 22nd, 2025 will go down as an epic day in history, as it was the opening of Epic Universe, Universal Orlando Resort's newest theme park in Orlando, Florida, and I think maybe the newest theme park to open in 25 years. A technological marvel, not withstanding its issues, but it did have its opening day, and we're going to see a little bit how that went with this article out of thatparkplace.com. Bookmark it if you haven't bookmarked it yet. For all of the news that should be fun. This is out of the TPP newsroom. Universal Epic Universe, the new state-of-the-art Orlando theme park, holds a grand opening celebration and welcomes its first guests. And there they are, running through the portal. You wonder next which path to chart. The answer lies within your heart. That is what you see actually when you're going out. So this picture was taken from inside the park with people running in. First guest. Yes, indeed. So the following is a press release issued by Universal Orlando Resort on the grand opening of Epic Universe. Let the epic adventures begin. Today, Universal Orlando Resort celebrates the grand opening of its newest theme park, Universal Epic Universe, marking the official debut of one of the most innovative and immersive theme parks ever created, and the first major theme park to open in Orlando in 25 years. The groundbreaking new theme park transports guests to 5 imaginative worlds filled with extraordinary adventures that go beyond guests' wildest imagination. Celestial Park, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic, Super Nintendo World, How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk, and The Dark Universe. It's alive! Alive! Yes, that's what the portal says. And there is a picture from the grand opening event with the fireworks and everything behind it. Beautiful, beautiful photograph. Thousands of enthusiastic guests filled the theme park as early as 6 a.m., a testament to the excitement and anticipation around the theme park's grand opening. At approximately 8 a.m., Universal Epic Universe officially opened with an awe-inspiring celebratory moment that featured special character appearances at each of the world's portals, breathtaking fireworks, a mesmerizing fountain display, and more. Quote, "This is an incredibly exciting day as we officially unveil Universal Epic Universe to the world," end quote, says Karen Irwin, President and Chief Operating Officer of Universal Orlando Resort. Quote, "Epic Universe is the culmination of what we've been working on for nearly a decade. Our teams have poured so much passion, vision, and dedication into this new park, and there is truly nothing like it in our universe," end quote. And look Look who showed up. It's Howie Mandel. He's on the blue carpet. There were a lot of celebrities spotted yesterday. Last night, Universal Orlando also celebrated its newest edition with an exclusive star-studded event that began with celestial carpet arrivals from celebrities, talent from the films that inspired the worlds of Epic Universe, key partners who played a role in bringing the theme park to life, and other special guests. To cap off the evening, attendees enjoyed an extraordinary celebratory moment narrated by Steven Spielberg, creative consultant for the Universal destinations and experiences that enveloped the entire park, in a breathtaking display of lighting, fountains, and fireworks set to a captivating musical score that honored the park's immersive worlds. It all culminated with an impressive drone display that summed up the entire evening in one word: epic. Yes, you guessed it. Oh wow, look at that. That's there. And look, epic was written across the Helios Hotel in lights. I love that. Beautiful, beautiful shot there. More than a decade in the making, Universal Epic Universe is the most ambitious park Universal destinations and experiences has ever created, and presents a level of theme park immersion and innovation that is unmatched. Through a set of majestic portals, guests are transported to 5 expansive worlds featuring a combined total of more than 50 experiences, ranging from jaw-dropping attractions and exhilarating entertainment to delectable dining, theme park, themed shopping, and more, all of which come together to create an unforgettable adventure that is nothing short of epic. I will tell you from my own experiences there at the park, on the 17th day of April, that was the first day of the pass holder previews. I went, and while I did not like the one area of the park I spent very little time in, that was the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Ministry of Magic. Look, I'm not a person that rushes through a park. I can't do it. I don't want to do it. I want to see everything. I want to take everything in. It is my opinion that you would need 3 days to fully explore this park, enjoy all of the rides, all of the attractions, and the sit-down restaurants. There's sit-down dining. I missed that completely. And I'm talking about like table service, not quick service sit-down dining. I had some of that. I had counter service dining. I did not have any sit-down table service restaurant dining. There is so much to do in this park. There's a lot more to do than some people will say, because some people they just overlook the details. They don't care. When it comes to theme parks, I care a lot about details. And this park is filled with details. So if you're like a Six Flags person that wants to run from ride to ride to ride to ride, and that's all you care about, this probably isn't the park for you, to be honest. This is a thematic park where if you want to feel like you are immersed in a world, you want to go see shows, you want to spend time looking at things, looking at the details, just enjoying, relaxing by the water. By the way, and that's a huge thing people miss about a real themed park, is taking time to just sit back and relax in the park. Yeah, take an hour or two. If you really do that, you're going to need 3 days at this park. If you don't care, then you're going to rush through and it's not going to be the same. But this is a park that you want to go to when you truly care about theming. If you're of the opinion that stuff isn't as big of a deal to you, then just this probably isn't the park for you. If you're like a rides person, maybe wait a couple of years, because they're probably going to be a lot more coming than what is there right now. Let me get this back on the screen. But also, you can comment below. Let me know how do you like to enjoy a theme park? Are you a ride hopping fiend, or are you more like me and like to take your time, sit back, relax, enjoy the immersion of the atmosphere? Yes, indeed. So here are the 5 imaginative worlds. The 5 imaginative worlds of Epic Universe include, the first one you get to is Celestial Park. I love this nighttime picture of Celestial Park. This is from NBC Universal, though. they took the picture that they want to have advertise for them, so that makes sense. The heart of Epic Universe Celestial Park is the first world guests encounter at the new theme park, with acres of rolling gardens, chasing waterways, and strolling pathways. Celestial Park puts the park back in theme park. With discovery, thrills, and excitement at every turn, here guests can find dozens of dining and shopping venues and 3 exciting attractions. Stardust Racers. Whoa, Stardust Racers. That one is it's pretty crazy. A dual racing launch coaster that sends guests rocketing through the skies at speeds up to 62 miles an hour. It feels faster, just my opinion, but it scared the living daylights out of me. So, Constellation Carousel, a first of its kind carousel that glides forward, backward, and even makes 360-degree rotations in a choreographed dance of music and starlight. Very unique, very modern carousel. Still a carousel, but a really cool technologically forward take on a carousel. I loved it. Astronomica. I didn't even see this. It shows you what I missed. Astronomica, an interactive wet play area that doubles as a giant compass rose to the many wonders of Epic Universe. Yeah, I totally missed it. I don't know how I missed it. Crazy, right? The Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic. Bum, 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 bum. The Destination's third installment of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter is set in 1920s Wizarding Paris from Warner Brothers Pictures, Fantastic Beasts films, and the British Ministry of Magic from the Harry Potter film series. Guests visiting the spectacular new world can cast dazzling spells throughout the magical streets of Wizarding Paris using interactive wands. Encounter fantastic beasts at a traveling circus in the full-scale theater experience, Le Cirque Arcanus. See, another thing that I completely missed, by the way. So again, I had 13 hours I spent at the park, and I missed this stuff. Enjoy delectable cuisine, including the butterbeer crepe at Café L'Air de la Sirène. Embark on a thrilling adventure set inside the iconic British Ministry of Magic and Universal's most technologically advanced attraction, yet Harry Potter in the battle at the Ministry, so technologically advanced, it's still got glitches to work out. That's okay. And so much more. Just like Rise of the Resistance, I'm sure they will work out the glitches. Super Nintendo World. And look, there's that famous shot of Shigeru Miyamoto, who the host didn't know is the creator of Mario. Right there. Universal Experiences CEO Mark Woodbury and Mario Donkey Kong creator Shigeru Miyamoto in Super Nintendo World at Epic Universe in front of Princess Peach's castle. Love that. Guests can jump into the action of their favorite video game worlds in Super Nintendo World, featuring Super Mario Land and, for the first time in the U.S., Donkey Kong Country. Yes, in this colorful and kinetic world, guests can join Team Mario to battle Team Bowser for the Golden Cup in Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge. Travel through the Mushroom Kingdom. Not that kind of Mushroom Kingdom, folks. It's Mario World, okay? Travel through Mushroom Kingdom landscapes in search of glowing eggs on Yoshi's Adventure, which also makes its U.S. debut at Epic Universe. Careen through the jungle aboard minecarts on a thrilling adventure inspired by the world of Donkey Kong Country video games and Minecart Madness. Enjoy culinary creations crafted by Chef Toad in Toadstool Cafe. Didn't get to do that. And meet and greet Mario, Luigi, Toad, and Princess Peach in Super Mario Land, and Donkey Kong in Donkey Kong Country. And I didn't get to do that. See, so much more. So much more. Yes, lots of things that I didn't get to do. There are the characters coming out of the portal on opening day. Guests can also level up their fun and enhance their play in Super Nintendo World with a power-up band, which allows them to collect digital coins by punching blocks and play interactive activities, collect digital stamps on attractions, earn digital keys to unlock an exclusive showdown against Bowser Jr., and discover other hidden surprises. And there's more. How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk. Whew. This larger-than-life world captures the heart, humor, and scale of the beloved How to Train Your Dragon films and is an authentic recreation of the rugged, rocky world where raucous Vikings and rambunctious dragons live together in hilarious harmony. Guests will see what it's like to live amongst dragons as they enjoy Viking-sized adventures like launching into the sky for a dragon's eye view of Berk on the family-friendly thrill coaster, Hiccups, winged gliders, an awesome roller coaster, if I do dare say so myself. It was a blast. Practicing aerobatic maneuvers and high-speed barrel rolls on Viking-made dragon riding trainers that reach heights up to 67 feet in the air on Dragon Racers Rally. Also enjoyed that one. And embarking on an unforgettable journey with beloved characters Hiccup, Toothless Gobber, and Astrid on the dragon-filled live show, The Untrainable Dragon. Savoring the wildly popular mac and cheese cones at Hooligans, Grog and Garul, and much more. Yeah, there's I think they're missing the Viking water ride in that list. There's also one of those. Guests can also meet heroic dragon rider Hiccup and pose for a photo with his friendly Night Fury Toothless and encounter other familiar Vikings while exploring Berk. Yes, indeed. And then the Dark Universe. Iconic stories of unearthly legends like Dracula, the Wolfman, Frankenstein's monster, and the Bride of Frankenstein and more come to life alongside a new generation of monsters and characters in this ominous world. As guests venture through the ravaged village of Darkmoor, they'll encounter monstrous adventures that include journeying deep into the catacombs of Frankenstein's manor while trying to evade the grasp of Dracula, the Wolfman, the Mummy, and others in Universal's Orlando's most terrifying attraction yet, Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein Experiment. That ride is off the chain. It is so much fun, and it's crazy. Racing to escape the werewolves before they become one themselves on the spinning family coaster, Curse of the Werewolf. Becoming fashionably monstrous with elaborate face paint and temporary tattoos and Darkmoor monster makeup experience, enjoying a delicious meal while surrounded by vampire artwork and artifacts in Das Steakhouse. Meeting monsters like the Bride of Frankenstein, the Invisible Man Igor, and even Dr. Victoria Frankenstein's monster. And so much more. At the edge of Epic Universe is Universal Helios Grand Hotel, a Lowe's Hotel, a 500-room Mediterranean-inspired escape that features a variety of dining options, a resort-style pool with cabanas, a rooftop bar overlooking Epic Universe, and a dedicated entrance to the theme park from the lobby for hotel guests. Valid theme park admission required. Yes, indeed. It's got the link for more information about Universal Epic Universe following the grand opening. Obviously, universalorlando.com/Epic Universe. That park, I mean, it is, it's amazing. It's an amazing park. Having been there myself, I really, really want to go back. I really, really am looking forward to them having an annual pass at some point in time. I don't know when that's going to happen. Probably not this year. Hopefully, they'll make annual passes available starting January 1st, 2026. Universal, if you're listening, I know you may not be, but please, please, annual passes. Yeah, I would love to know your thoughts. Have you seen the footage of Epic Universe? Have you been there yourself? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. All your thoughts on Epic Universe, how it competes with Disney, what it means for the future of theme parks. Let me know in the comments below before you go out the door. And thanks for coming in. Oh my gosh. I think we have one more story to get to. But you know what? Let's see. Is this story about be careful, by the way, when you're booking Epic. All right, this is very, very important. When you're booking Epic, make sure you're booking Epic if you want to go to Epic and not Epcot. You don't want to make that mistake.
So I think what happened is I went to Epcot. You can go around the whole world, and I had a couple in the Germany section, and I thought I went to China. Anyway, I'm a knucklehead.
Yeah, don't be a knucklehead. Don't go to Epcot if you want to go to Epic. Oh, golly. I'm trying to see some of your. DL Fendel says one interesting caveat about the makeup thing: if you do it, you will not be served alcohol where you are wearing the makeup because you cannot be photo ID'd. That's interesting. That actually kind of makes sense, though. Okay, Avarice Carmen again says there's lots of stairs, though live streamers didn't go over there's lots of stairs, though. Live streamers did go over 15 flights and 13 miles during their day at Epic. I don't think I went over 13 miles, but you know what? I didn't live stream it, so. Yes, they are rewritable. I'm trying to just see some of this. There's so many really cool things. Thanks for your comments, guys. Let me go over. We got to get to the main story of the day. Obviously, the main story of the day. This is a big one too, and this is not about theme parks, but it's a huge story. It broke yesterday, and it's not exactly what you would call good news. Mr. Fulton Moraz has breaking news real quick. Let's break in. Got big breaking news today. I'm going to be in a Disney live action. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Are you talking about a play? Because I know you're not. There's no Tangled movie on the slate. So interesting. Let me see here. So yes, we had this big breaking news yesterday. It's not exactly what you would call good news. So get prepared.
I have news.
What type of news is it?
Well, to be perfectly frank, it's bad.
Maybe if you tell me the bad news in a good way, it won't sound so bad.
The bad news in a good way. Yes, I can do that. Well, here goes. Wait till you hear this.
Wait till you hear this. Yes, indeed. The bad news in the good way. All the news that should be fun. Ooh, we'll try it. We'll try bad news in a good way, shall we? Let me see here. Breaking news for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Don't do that to me. Sorry, it's my monitor messed up. I got to start over. Breaking news for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Doomsday seems to potentially be doomed. Yes, Avengers Doomsday was scheduled, I believe, to come out May of next year. Well, that is no longer the case. There has been a major delay. And we're going to check out and see if we know anything about this one. By the way, this delay was predicted a couple weeks ago by none other than WDW PRO. So, yes, it is. He is the scooper that scoops all scoopers. We love WDW PRO and we love thatparkplace.com. We're going to go there right now. And if you're not bookmarked to thatparkplace.com, please do so now. You don't want to miss any of the news that should be fun. This is out of thatparkplace.com by Mr. Marvin Montanaro. Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars delayed as Marvel's 2026 slate shrinks. No word yet on Sony's Spider-Man brand new day. This is really, really interesting. And there, Robert Downey Jr. presenting himself at the San Diego Comic-Con as Doom. Even though he's Iron Man. Weird. Anyway, weird. Marvel Studios is shifting its plans once again. Disney has officially delayed the release of its next two Avengers tentpole features, Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars, pushing both films back by 7 months from their original release dates. Avengers Doomsday is now scheduled to debut on December 18th, 2026, instead of its prior date of May 1st, 2026. Its follow-up, Avengers Secret Wars, will now premiere on December 17th, 2027, moving from its original slot on May 7th, 2027. So a couple of big things about this is that they're moving from a summer release to a Christmas release. That's an interesting strategy, but also delaying the movies means they have more time for production, meaning that if they need to change stories around, they can. The news comes as part of a larger theatrical slate reorganization from Disney. As part of the calendar overhaul, multiple untitled Marvel entries previously dated for February 13th, 2026, November 6th, 2026, and November 5th, 2027 have been removed or rebranded as generic untitled Disney entries, projects. That leaves Avengers, Doomsday, and Spider-Man Brand New Day as the only officially scheduled Marvel Cinematic Universe releases for the 2026 calendar year. However, it's currently unknown whether Spider-Man Brand New Day, a Sony co-production tied to the MCU, will also move its debut back to release between the two Avengers films. That placement had reportedly been intended to bridge the narrative gap between Doomsday and Secret Wars, much in the way that Captain Marvel connected Infinity War and Endgame. Sort of. At this time, however, it's unclear if Sony will maintain its original release window or adjust in response to this Disney delay. There's Tom Holland's Spider-Man looking perplexed, if I do say so myself. These shifts also leave Marvel Studios with a sizable theatrical gap. After Fantastic Four First Steps releases on July 25th, 2025, no new MCU films will arrive until Spider-Man Brand New Day, July 31st, 2026, over a year later. Of course, if Sony is coerced into moving Brand New Day into 2027 to maintain its place between the two Avengers films, then there won't be a new MCU entry until Doomsday in December 2026, which is almost a year and a half after Fantastic Four hits theaters. This marks the longest pause between Marvel theatrical releases since the 2019 to 2021 lockdown era break between Spider-Man Far From Home and The Black Widow. Disney still has no placeholder dates for untitled Marvel films on February 18th, May 5th, and November 10th of 2028. However, there's no solid information on what films these could be. The delay aligns with comments made earlier this year by Disney CEO Bob Iger, who acknowledged the company's need to slow output and refocus its Marvel division. Quote, by consolidating a bit and having Marvel focus much more on their films, we believe that will result in better quality, Iger said during a recent investor call. Despite the delays, Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars are expected to be massive crossover events. The cast includes the return of Robert Downey Jr. as a variant version of Tony Stark, this time portraying Dr. Doom, along with characters from Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four, and the Fox X-Men films, including the return of Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen as Professor X and Magneto. Production on Doomsday is currently ramping up, with Downey Jr. recently appearing in a social media post alongside other cast members attending a Thunderbolt screening in support of the Marvel team-up films. Stay tuned to That Park Place for updates as more details emerge. Yeah, it's very, very interesting because that is breaking news from yesterday, and it's kind of a big deal what Marvel is doing in this delay. Personally, I'm going to tell you, I have already lost a lot of faith in the MCU, but does this indicate that Disney themselves have lost a lot of faith in the current direction of Marvel and the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Let me know down below in the comments. What are your thoughts on this? Are you an MCU fan, former, current, or perhaps, like me, still holding on, but the fandom is waning quite a bit. I don't know what's coming out, but I want to know your comments below. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts before you go out the dough. And thank you so much for coming in. Oh, Extreme Meme says it's time for my summer sizzle. Cool as a cherry popsicle. I feel like I should be rapping this. It's time for my summer sizzle. Cool as a cherry popsicle. I don't hold back. Get ready to stun. A fun for everyone. It's time for my summer sizzle. Beach ball party. Yeah, we're just getting started. There it is. This Disney is delaying because they're running low on cash. That's a possibility, but also my guess is another delay is because they see that there's a really bad, like the direction of the MCU. Nobody's digging anything, and the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies other than Deadpool and Wolverine aren't making money. That is the bottom line. But I want to thank everybody for being here today. We're going to have a miniature celebration for you all being here before we head out the door, and that is with Culture Casino, because we're going to send you over to him in just a minute. Culture. Yes, indeed. Thank you guys for being here today. We appreciate it so much. Have a great weekend, everybody. I have new videos coming up on the channel, both today and tomorrow. I know I've got at least one coming up at 5:45. By the way, if you are tuned in the afternoons, 5:45 daily should be when a new video starts to drop now every day. I've got it planned out, so I think that we can make that happen, and I'm going for twice a day if I can. I'm not sure exactly what time of the day the second video will drop, either earlier or later, but that is the plan. Up to 2 new videos a day. Please tell all your friends. We want to get lots more people coming into the daily show, lots more people watching the videos, and new subscribers to the channel. If you're not subscribed already, please do so below. Hit the like button before you go, and also click the notification bell. When you click it, you stick it to the YouTube algorithm. You get notified of all of our uploads here and follow the Bradley's Fun, and you also get sent right over from here to Culture Casino. And then I believe that's going to go over to a special edition of Morning Magic out of that Park Place. So don't change that dial. Thank you guys so much. And until next time, we will see you real soon. Bye, everybody. Ciao.